Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT, Hall of Famer. Oh, look at who's turning 52 tomorrow. Chuck Wagon. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. How you doing?
Good, good. You got a big birthday surprise in store? Big celebration?
No, I'm just going to play golf with the guys and chill out. You know, it's been a long week with all the NBA All-Star Game festivities last weekend. So playing 36 holes of golf tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Then I got to shoot a commercial Monday and Tuesday.
Nice.
So I got 3 days off, and I'm going to play golf and relax and do nothing. And then I got to shoot a commercial Monday and Tuesday.
Who are you going to play golf with?
Roy Green, my boy Brennan. Just kind of chill, man. I've been on the East Coast for like 2 weeks of snow and cold, so can't wait to get to Arizona. It's going to be 75 degrees, and I'm going to play in shorts. Can't wait.
You ever play golf with Shaq?
Shaq doesn't play golf. We played one time, like for his little TV deal, but he doesn't play golf normally.
What's that look like, though?
He's the biggest dude in the world, man. You've seen him before. You ever been around Shaq? He's the biggest dude in the world. He's fun to work with, though.
I can't imagine him with golf clubs.
Oh, you know, he had them custom made for that TV show he did, but he doesn't play golf, man.
When you get traded, is it different now when you're told that you've been traded as to when you were playing?
No, it's not different because depending on what your family situation is, you got 48 hours to get there. And it's kind of the tough thing is when you got a family, like I said, you have 48 hours. So, first of all, you don't have any idea where you're going, so then you have to figure out all the logistics. But the toughest thing is, like, leaving your family, especially if it's done. I was fortunate the times I got traded, it was during the summer. But it's always a shock during the regular season because you just have to pack up and leave and move to a foreign city. You have to get all your crap there because you're there for the rest of the season. Like I say, I was fortunate that I got traded during the summer, but I've been around other guys, and you're like, man, I got to get all my stuff here. Got to find a place to live. So it's a pain more than anything.
I didn't realize that you wanted to go to the Lakers or thought you were going to go to the Lakers years ago.
Yeah, they had this big thing on the sport news. They had me, because there were 6 teams trying to get me. I didn't care where I went. I wanted to go to Portland or Phoenix, to be honest with you. And I thought I had been traded to the Lakers, and at the last second, the Sixers backed out. But I didn't care. I just wanted to go to Portland because I thought they could give up enough and we still have a good team. Or I could go to the Suns and we still have a good team.
What was the Laker deal? Who was involved?
I don't, it's so long ago I actually don't even remember, to be honest with you. I was excited. But like I said, I don't remember. It's like I said, it's close to 30 years ago. I'm not as sure exactly the principles involved, but like I said, I just wanted to get out of Philly. People always ask me if I have any regrets about my career. I probably should have, because I had told the Sixers, I'm never going to play here again. I don't want to go public because I didn't want to alienate the people in Philadelphia. I told them I'm not coming back here. I would never put a Sixer uniform on again. The summer they traded me. I wish I'd have did that 2 years sooner because my last 2 years in Philly, which is miserable. But I always tell people that's my biggest regret because as good a player I was in Phoenix, I was a much better player in Philly. But I would have been 2 years younger. So that's probably the biggest regret I have about my career, not forcing my way out of Philly 2 years sooner.
I got James Worthy and Eldon Campbell for you and Ron Anderson.
That could have been the deal. Like I say, I don't remember, to be honest with you. It was a long time ago. But like I said, I would like my chances going to L.A.
Best team. I always wanted somebody to do a feature, an article on the best teams that never won titles. And your Phoenix team was an unbelievably talented, loaded team there. Utah, very good. I don't know if anybody else comes to mind of the best team, the Cleveland Cavaliers when they lost to Jordan, when they had.
No, none of those teams. None of those teams. The best team that never won a championship was part of the Trailblazers. with Clyde Drexler, Duckworth, Terry Porter, and those guys. That was probably the best team during my 16 years that never won a championship. And I got to give my blessings to, I got a call in the middle of last night that Jerome Kersey had passed away.
Yeah.
And it was an awful, awful situation. I knew Jerome really well. Man, that hurt. That really hurt. Guy's 52 years old, and I want to give my best to his family. That was awful. But that was the best team in my 16 years in the NBA. That was the best team that never won the championship.
It's Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT, Hall of Famer, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Do you care about apologies, public apologies, like A-Rod public apology when you hear an athlete do that?
Well, I think that A-Rod did a good job, man. I think it's really ridiculous the way people are piling on. People just don't like A-Rod, and that's unfortunate. But to take the time to write that, Dan, I've been in the game long enough. If he put out a statement, people would complain about it. A-Rod's one of those guys that, that's one of the reasons I made up the Barkley rules, where I'm just going to do what the hell I want to do. And, I made up the Barkley because you can't please everybody. So I made up the Barkley rules in midway through my career. I'm just going to say what I want to say because I can't make everybody happy. I'm going to say what I want to say and don't care what everybody else think about it. And A-Rod has to understand that was cool of him to take the time to handwrite that letter. He apologized. That's all you can do. I've been around. I love it when, they put these experts on when guys make I remember when Tiger made the apology, some of these clowns put on these people who watch people's body movements.
Yeah, body language.
His left lip was not moving in the right direction. So, man, we're in a situation now, man. If you're a celebrity, when you screw up, you're going to get a public lynching, and that's just how it is. And you can't take it personal. That's why, I don't do any social media because I don't want to listen to all these losers. I do no Twitter. I do no Facebook. I do no Instagram because you guys, Dan, in the media have given every loser, like their opinion matters. Their opinion don't matter. And what y'all have done is anybody who's successful, they get the rag on them now. But like I said, I've been arguing with TNT for years. I'm never going to do any social media because I don't want to deal with these losers. Their life suck. Our life is great. Just deal with it.
Can I bring you back? I want to ask you about Kevin Durant,
sure,
Carmelo and the Knicks. All right, we'll come back with Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley back with us. Do you care about Deflategate and New England Patriots, Chuck?
Not really, not at this point. I mean, I think, first of all, I just standing back from a distance, clearly everybody manipulates the footballs for their own specifics. So I think it just take it away from what the Patriots accomplished and what they've accomplished for the last 10 to 15 years, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously all the guys manipulate the football the way they want it to be. And I don't think it's a distinctive advantage. So, no, I really don't.
Any way to cheat in basketball?
That's a great question. Not really, to be honest with you. I mean, everybody knows what everybody's doing. I mean, before the game, we go over all the other teams' plays. We know all the plays they're running. They know all the plays we're running. So it's a matter about execution and things like that, to be honest with you, who has the best players.
So it's nothing, you can't bend the rules in basketball.
I'm trying to think of a way you could, but not really. I mean,
what if you had a basketball that you like the feel of it? Let's say you're going, and we'll use Jordan as the example. You go to Chicago. Are you playing with a basketball that Michael Jordan wants in play, that you can't put your own basketball into a game?
Well, every team does test the ball before the game, and like the ref hands you about 3 or 4 balls, and you dribble them. Most teams don't like new balls. They like a ball that's a little worn. You don't want it too worn, but you want it worn.
Yeah.
So, it's no really huge advantage to that, to be honest with you.
I saw where, Carmelo's shutting it down, but he played in the All-Star game.
Uh-huh.
Should he have played in the All-Star game knowing that he was going to shut it down?
Well, I think it was. I was very surprised that he played 30 minutes. I thought it was a unique situation. I thought if it was anybody other than Carmelo, they shouldn't have took that chance, especially when you just gave a guy over $100 million.
Yeah.
You don't take that chance. But I was totally shocked that he played 30 minutes. I thought he should have got introduced, played 5 minutes. Because, like I say, when you're running up and down the basketball court, anything can flat out happen. So I thought they were taking a chance playing 30 minutes. But because it was in his hometown, I thought he should have played, but I was totally surprised he played 30 minutes.
I'm with you 100% on just do the cameo. You want to host the All-Star Weekend, I get it. But you got to be fair to those Knicks fans who are paying and selling out that building. Hey, I'm going to come out, I'm going to hit a jumper, and then I'm going to take myself out, and you get a standing ovation. And the crowd goes, we get it, thank you. Now take care of yourself, and we look forward to next year. He's playing 30 minutes and jacking it up like he's in Denver. I mean,
well, I thought if he had got hurt, I would have went crazy. But like I said, I thought he should have just made one jumper, and then just like, hey, thanks for being in New York. It's a great weekend. Yeah, but I told you, man, I was shocked he played 30 minutes.
The Kevin Durant, the new Kevin Durant, I like it. It's good for me. It's good content. But now he apologized. That he said that, look, I had a bad moment.
Well, I just think he's a great kid. He must have had a bad day. You know, it's interesting. Because I'm like player media, so I have to kind of sit back and watch this. I was like, he doesn't want the media. I was kind of, it's funny. First of all, he's a great kid and a great player, but I was kind of laughing. He wants the players to have more say-so in the voting. He don't want the media to have a say-so, and the media just voted him MVP.
I know.
So I was kind of like laughing, because like it is. I said, wait, they just voted you MVP. What do you want? More do you want? So I kind of just laughed. Listen, he's a great kid.
Well, he said the media doesn't know bleep, but the media voted him for MVP.
Well, you just have to laugh at that, man. Listen. The media. First, a lot of these guys don't know anything about basketball, but that's just the way the rules are set up. I mean, sports are unique. Like I say, we listen to all these clowns. Well, y'all do on the internet, tweeting, and I told you, fans think because they watch Grey's Anatomy and they know how to perform an operation. They don't. But they all want to voice their opinion. Listen, the media, for the most part, they're good people. I mean, I've been in for 30 years, and, Peter Vessey's a scumbag. Skip Bayless is a scumbag. I think, what's this guy, Phil Mushnick from New York, he's a scumbag. But most of the media, man, are really good people. I mean, I love Tony Kornhauser and Mike Wilbon. I think they're fantastic. Frank Isola is terrific. Dan, I think you're great. Tim Brando, I like Colin. First of all, are you guys going to fight?
Who would you take?
Wow, that's a good one, Dan. I think that might be that one of those. I might go for the draw.
No. You got to pick one.
Dan, I know you better. I like Colin. But you've been a friend of mine for a long time. I would bet on you.
Well, don't pick me because we're friends.
Dan, listen, I don't think either one of y'all ever been in a real fight, to be honest with you. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't think either one of y'all ever been in a fight that y'all won. That's two different things.
Well, you got to kill me. I will say that. That's all I'm going to say to you.
Okay, Dan, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with you. And the guy say he want to fight to the death. You got to go with him.
Yeah. Let's hopefully it won't come to that. But no, calmer heads and some common sense prevail.
There's nothing worse than white on white crime. You got to stop that.
That's really white on really white crime.
Yeah.
You retired at 36 after an injury. Here's Kobe at 36, coming off an injury as well. What advice would you give him?
Go out gracefully. Just enjoy it. It's not going to end good. It never ends good. And it doesn't end good for anybody. It's funny. I just sit back and listen and just laugh at all the. Nobody wants to get old, And Kobe, listen, he's been one of the 10 greatest players ever. And it's going to end badly, like it ends for everybody. Just try to enjoy it, the best you can. I read where he's comparing himself to the Spurs, and I was like, wait a minute, don't compare yourself to the Spurs, because you look at the Spurs the last few years. Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward ever, but the last three championships, somebody on his team was better. The last two championships was Tony Parker was MVP, and last time
Kawhi Leonard.
With Kawhi Leonard. So he can throw that out the window. The Lakers haven't did anything through the draft to give him good players to surround. Like they got lucky with Shaquille O'Neal. They got lucky he was a free agent signed there, and then they got Pau Gasol and guys like that. But as far as the way the Lakers are drafted, it's been crap. So he can let that Spurs analogy go. They like this. As great as Tim Duncan is, the last three championships, he's had somebody on the team better than him. And so Kobe listen, Kobe's great, man. He can forget comparing himself to the Spurs.
Yeah, because they also limit their stars' minutes, and their stars also take less money to stay and keep that team together as well.
Well, it's not even about the money. It's about, listen, Tony Parker is great.
Yeah, but he's underpaid.
Well, listen, there's no difference between $20 and $17 million.
But you can use that to your advantage as a team.
You can, but I'm just saying you still have to draft good players.
Yes, that's something San Antonio's been brilliant at.
Yes, the good teams have done that. They got good young players. I mean, when Tim Duncan, you think about it, that's one of the reasons I think that Greg Popovich is in the conversation of the greatest coaches ever. Because you think about it, when during this reign, he won the first championship with the best player was probably David Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He won the next championship with Tim Duncan was the best player. And then it was probably Ginobili and Parker, and now he's on to Kawhi Leonard. To be that good of a coach and win that many different ways, and that's no slight to Phil Jackson, who's obviously in that conversation, but he won all his championships the same way. But for Greg Popovich to be able to win, think about it. When he won his first championship, the best player probably was David Robinson. The next couple was probably Tim Duncan. The next couple were probably Ginobili, Parker, and the last one was with Kawhi Leonard. That's pretty amazing range for a coach to go from big guys, dominant, to point guards, to now small forward. That's pretty remarkable.
Well, enjoy your couple of days off and the sunshine of Phoenix there, and enjoy playing golf.
Fairways and greens. It ain't just a shirt. I'm gonna be hitting those new Nike irons and drivers I got.
I gotta get you Callaway. Maybe that's what's really holding you back. You're using Nike irons. I'll hook you up with Callaway if you want me to.
No. I'm gonna keep taking that Nike check.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep taking that Nike check.
If Nike wasn't paying you.
If Nike wasn't paying me,
would you be using Nike golf clubs?
Listen, don't be wishing bad things upon me. I love my Nike checks. Thank you, Phil Knight and Howard White. Don't mess with my check.
Thank you, Charles.
All right, man. Thank you. You guys have a great weekend.
Be safe. All right.
Okay.
Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT.